Good morning, I'm here at Lazy Grace near Rothbury with John Tait. John, can you tell us a little bit about Lazy Grace?
Lazy Grace is a full-service design and marketing agency. We do a lot of website work, print, brand development, that type of stuff, but we're fundamentally within the business development area. We do a lot of joint venture work where we come into businesses and provide certain services for part of the equity of that business, and then we'll try and grow them and take them through a process where we may end up either running them or selling them.
So it's kind of an umbrella business. There's a heck of a lot going on.
There is, yeah. It's, over the years, I suppose we've developed certain skill sets, and we've recruited people to enhance that. Ultimately, we're a business development company, but it tends to have its core within a design.
Would you say you're the only company of its kind in the immediate area?
Not in Northumberland, but yes, in the immediate area at the minute probably. There's a few, I'm sure there's a few people in bedrooms and spare rooms that are making websites and designing brochures and things like that. But certainly probably within a, I'm guessing within a 10-mile radius, we're probably the only ones that employ anybody.
And why did you choose to work in Northumberland?
Good question. When I started in a spare room in a cottage in Throckton, and I really made it up as I went along. I put an advert in Yellow Pages saying I could do websites before I actually could, and then I got a job, so I had to learn very quickly how to actually do them. So after I made a couple of terrible websites, I started to get a bit better. Unfortunately, I found good people, but everybody told us through that growth arc that to actually make it, I would have to move out. And I moved into the area from the town, really, and I certainly didn't want to go back. I loved the lifestyle. I felt I belonged here. So a little bit of belligerence, quite a lot of naivety.
Yeah.
But we made it work for us as a business in that we identified with the area and we fundamentally are part of the area. I think we're rooted here, and it's not a marketing statement, we are.
And what kind of opportunities do you offer people who work for you?
I hope it's a good place to work. I mean, we're very kind of casual. It's not people don't sit in boxes and do a single job. People have roles. A lot of our work is joint venture, so if somebody has a good idea that we feel has commercial worth, we'll pursue it, we'll develop it, we'll take it to market. We may even sell that business, and everybody gets the financial benefit and also the growth benefit of being involved in something like that, which I think is pretty unique. Like I say, hopefully it is quite a different place to work.
So you've got an ethic of ideas are important and everybody gets listened to.
Yes, it's ideas and execution. I think that's the big thing that, again, I've learned over the years probably, is that a lot of people put a lot of emphasis on ideas, which is fair enough, but ideas are worthless unless they're done.
Yeah.
And it's the doing that's often missing.
If you're just starting out, any words of advice?
Over the years it's become easier. I mean, if you look at the opportunities, certainly within our sphere, within kind of within a design-led sphere, if you think of the tools that are available to you free, most mobile phones have cameras on that were better than the digital cameras we were paying £1,000 for 15 years ago. And they're getting them for naught. You've got YouTube where you can post video, again for nothing. You can edit video through iMovie for nothing. So you have this raft of tools that's available to you that we couldn't get our hands on 15, 16 years ago when we started.
Yeah.
For love no money. So you have that. But the problem is everybody has it, therefore it's a very, very crowded marketplace. But I think just get a hold of it and do it. It's not wait for the next level. try it and do it, make the mistakes, even if it's not great, move on, you'll learn from it.
What do you enjoy most about your job?
It's a challenge. I enjoy different scenarios because every day is different. We've been through challenging times in terms of financial situations, so it's been quite interesting working with some businesses that have lost their way a bit or need to find their way in terms of differentiation in a very crowded marketplace in very aggressive times. That's been really interesting. I like the money.
Obviously,
The return when things go well. I occasionally like the occasional disaster to sharpen things up and react to it.
Are there any ways you'd say stick out in the way you support the local community at all? Or?
I mean, we're part of the community, and part of the deal about being here is that you have to be. So things like so charitable stuff, shows, the school, we were involved in as much as the N.U.L.A.G or the N.P.A or the L.E.A.D.E.R. I mean, up to the university, we do work with them with our rural business side of things. Well, a bit of an open door, to be honest with you, like that. Obviously, we have to try and prioritise because we're really busy. But it's part of the deal, really.
If a young person saw the company L.E.A.D.E.R and thought they're a company I'd like to work for one day, what would you say would be the best place to start?
I would say do it. Again, I'm not saying this for your qualifications, all right? But in terms of what's important to me, we get CVs every week of graduates, really, mostly. So, and they tend to be all the same. So, and the first thing I ask, if it's a graduate or anything, they come in with a lovely portfolio, and I say, right, that's great, but what have you done outside of college? And 99% of them have done N.U.L.A.G. And that drives me crackers, because that's what they've done to get the tick and to pass the course. I want to see what you are. I want a designer who is a designer. He doesn't work as a designer. He doesn't go home and make wooden bowls or... He goes home and he makes websites. So I'd rather have a kid who worked in a chip shop and made websites at night, because that's his passion. So a young person, bearing in mind what I've just said about all these tools that are available to you, do it. And then come in and show us what you've done, the reasons why you've done it. Have you picked up on the branding of your mum's florists? Have you picked up on the differentiation of your sandwich shop? Have you done a brand for the pub? And then make a website for them. And that, to me, is worth fostering, because that's what I did.
Yeah.
You know, I went to agricultural college. I didn't get to college to learn anything.
No.
So do it.
Because Northumberland's got a great national character, and it's a very interesting county. So for businesses, there's lots you can seize on.
Oh, it's totally untapped. I mean, I often say, you know, Northumberland as a county is like an onion. It's very, very deep. And it's not all on the surface. And people tend to come here who respond to it, they sink through it before they get it. You see people come in, they don't get it at all, and then they bounce off. They come and see the castles, they run up the coast, they look at a hill, and then they get away. And they never get to experience the folklore, the actual real spirit of the place. And it's totally untapped, really. It's what I try and fasten in on certain projects if it's available to it, but
well, I think that's a good point to wrap it up. John, thank you very much.
All right.
Cheers.